What's up, guys? Rick from DFS On Demand here with a recap video of the 150 max entered lineups we put into the Millie Maker contest on DraftKings for the Masters last week. In addition to those 150 lineups, we also max entered the $5 contest, the Magnolia, which was another 150 lineups. We put the same set of lineups into both of those. I walked through for about an hour a lot of the thought process and a lot of the tools and techniques that I put into play. If you remember correctly, I said I was taking a pretty volatile approach. I was taking an approach where I was not going to spread the wealth around, for example, which is a mistake that I believe I have made in the past. And I was going to really focus in on the guys that I wanted to play and kind of roll with it and have a bunch of bullets at it. So I think I actually said I'm willing and expecting to lose all of these buy-ins, which was close to about $4,000, $3,000 for the Millie Maker, which is 150 lineups by $20. And good thing I said that because I darn near lost it all. I'll just show you here and cover your eyes for the results. It's not pretty. Returned $828 of that $3,000 in the Millie. Returned 221 out of 750 in the Magnolia, losing about 70-ish% of the buy-ins on each. With that being said, I lost my train of thought there, but this was a high risk approach. What's interesting is kind of what we talked about, where the same exact lineups did a few percentage points better in the Magnolia than they did in the Millionaire Maker, obviously on a percentage basis, not on a buy-in basis, because of the better structure in the Magnolia. So I think it was about a 3% difference, which, over the long run makes a big difference. Where we really got burned on this was Justin Rose missing the cut. So I'll show you the full exposure here. So I made all of these lineups available, and they're still available if you go back to that original video. These are still available for you to go see, and I've put in what my ownership was, what my leverage was, and then how many DraftKings points ended up being scored here. So a couple of big things that really hurt us. First, we'll start with probably the big thing here. Justin Rose. Justin Rose I had in 33% of my Millie Maker lineups, which was 18% more than the field did. He scored 27 DraftKings points. That was the, let's see here, 22nd worst performance out of anyone. And the guys below him are all basically scrubs, right? I mean, Snedeker missed the cut too. Sergio missed the cut as well, which, those are really the only two guys. It's not like this was a bloodbath and 7 of the top guys missed the cut or anything like that. Unfortunately, this did end up being a stacked field. So when you don't have a bunch of a balanced lineup approach and all of those guys at the top of the leaderboard are coming in, obviously not good for us. Another, JB Holmes was great for a while. JB Holmes was like 22nd after 2 rounds. I think he was 25th after 3 rounds. He went out and shot. I stopped looking. He was like 7 over at one point on Sunday. I stopped looking. He ends up scoring 44 points, which is honestly I don't know if Kevin O'Connell made the cut. Probably not, right? JB Holmes would have been the lowest scorer of anyone who made the cut, and he was in 35% of my lineup. So between those two, that's a really, really bad place to be. Additionally, we'll just get all the bad out of the way here. Not having leverage on Tiger, not having leverage on Koepka, who end up being the top scoring players on the slate, obviously not going to end up well. Now, the good, because I think there are a lot of good things to take away here. Absolutely nailed Finau. Exactly the type of player that we wanted. Faded a little bit on Sunday, did not play or putt as well as I would have liked. But was in contention all week long, was the 4th highest scorer, and this was one of our most significantly leveraged plays. 27% more than the field. He was in half of our Millie Maker lineup. So when you start half of your lineups with 97 points, you're in a really good spot. Additionally, we had leverage on Jason Day, which we knew we'd have leverage on. So he finishes as the a tie for 9th highest scoring golfer. Again, he kind of missed a couple of putts and didn't play great down the stretch when he was in contention. But we were super high leverage there. So we found a leverage point that we were able to identify before the tournament, and we were able to capitalize on it, which is something I'm pretty proud of. Additionally, down here with Siwoo Kim, having 40% leverage on the field in 52% of the lineup, Siwoo Kim was $6,700 and had the 19th highest DraftKings score, 77.5 DraftKings points. That's a really, I mean, he scored more points than Ian Poulter did, and Poulter was in contention throughout this thing. So there are some really good takeaways from this. Knowing it was going to be a high risk type of situation, I'm not really deterred. This is exactly what we were looking for. We were looking to get an extreme, what am I trying to say? An extreme result one way or another, right? We were either going to lose it all or we were going to win it all. And I think that's how you want to approach these GPPs. I want to do more of these. So if you enjoyed this entire process, I really liked talking through the lineup build. I think it was helpful for me. I hope it was helpful for you. And then I'll follow up with a review as always. If you want to do more of these, let me know. Tweet me. It's at DFS On Demand, or leave a comment below and we can mix it up. Maybe one week we do, a $100 single entry. Maybe the next week we max enter something else. Like, we can kind of mix this up if there's something that you guys want to see. I think it's worth it for all of us. So let me know. And that puts a bow on the Masters. We will try again soon. All right, guys. Talk to you later. See ya.